What is going on, Alpha Hunters? The markets are looking pretty good to start off the week this Monday. So hopefully you are having a magnificent Monday. All right, we do have a nice solid gap up here. Not too much in the way of news, I guess, came from over the weekend. But we did have a nice little, about 0.5% gap up there on the SPY. You can see it traded mostly sideways there for the first, like 3 hours or so, and then a nice little run here for the past hour and a half. And that's kind of where we sit, right at the daily highs. So looking pretty good there. On the SPY, Q's looking pretty good as well. Currently up 0.75%. So is the SPY up about 0.75%. IWM, nice gap up here. IWM's up 1 1/3%. Nice move there on the IWM. Nice little bounce there today. DIA, nice little pull down. All right, a little bit of a drawdown here the first, really about 3 hours, and then past hour and a half, nice little rise. Not quite back up to the high of the day, but currently up about 1/3%. RSP roughly up 0.6%. First 10 minutes, okay, was kind of crazy there. Yeah, other than that, nice little push, nice little drawdown, nice little push again. All right, nice gap up there on the RSP, looking pretty good. Breaking that high from last Monday, so all right, looking somewhat decent, I guess. DIA also continuing higher. IWM looking pretty good. Filling this gap here that we did have, I guess, from Tuesday, April 9th to Wednesday, April 10th, kind of a gap down there. So we kind of have now filled that completely. We almost did it on Friday, but definitely completely filled that today. Q's continuing higher today. All right. Okay. Yep. There you go. Q's continuing higher. SPY. Yeah, looking pretty good. I mean, this is a pretty good spot that we kind of gapped to today. If we went a little bit higher, I thought you'd run into a little bit more kind of resistance. But honestly, I mean, when we looked at it last week on Friday and stuff, there wasn't too much in the way of like economic stuff. So maybe we won't have really much reason to sell off. So let's just run through and see real quick if they did update. We got any major economic activity this week. Obviously, we know we're going to continue with some earnings this week. Let's see. I don't really see much in the way of economic stuff. We got Fed talk. All right, we got Fed talk Wednesday. Thursday, jobless claims might be one of the few things. All right. Friday. So it might be next week when we get CPI. Let me just take a look. Next week. Yep. Oh, that's PPI. So we're gonna get PPI next. Never mind. PPI. That might be Friday. Hold on. So we're gonna get PPI next Tuesday. CPI looks like next Wednesday. All right, so next Wednesday, CPI. There it is. All right, so next week on Wednesday, that's when we'll get CPI. That'll be probably the big one. So yeah, I mean, we might not have much economic catalyst and many things to worry about this week, really at all. It might just be just an earnings week, which we know we're already past big tech earnings, which, I mean, how are you feeling about the rest of the companies out there? I mean, big tech, they make a lot of money, so we will see how this week goes. VIX, nice little higher open today, as per usual on Monday opens. All right. Dollar holding kind of flat. If it goes sideways, the moving averages, the 10 and 20 come down. I expect it probably to break down, but we'll see. We might just consolidate here from this breakout that we did have back in early mid-April. Maybe we just retest it here over the past couple days towards the end of last week, and maybe we'll bounce as we go into the end of the week. It'd be kind of tough to say that that's. I mean, the dollar's going to be doing some crazy moves this week. Just, I mean, outside of the Fed talk, we don't really have much. Maybe some bond auctions going on this week, but yeah, there's not a whole lot that might be pushing the dollar around. Let's see, gold. Nice gap up, kind of holding out. GLD here, kind of just holding flat. Take a look at the futures. Futures, yeah, they're up a little bit. Not really doing too much intraday. Okay. All right. Take a look at the yields. Yields pulling down just a little bit here on the 10-year. How's it look intraday? Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a quiet day. Looked like we had a pretty good run this morning, late last night. Or a little bit, maybe a little bit bullish this morning, and then we've kind of just been pulling back over the past couple of hours. All right. I mean, not too much in the way going on in the bond world. 10-2 inversion, continue to pull down. Okay, so it's got this little uptrending kind of price action going on to it, but that's kind of a weird one. Like, you would have thought like breaking higher here, it would have continued, but yeah, I mean we're taking a 10-2. It's kind of weird. HYG kind of just gapping up, not really doing too much as well. LQD gapping up, kind of right into these lows, right into that 50 again, wherever it was on Friday. All right, what about the TLT? TLT making a higher move there. All right, so maybe we'll see bonds rally. Maybe we will see yields drop off. Okay. All right, let's take a look at that sector rotation. Energies had a pretty volatile day, kind of nice little higher open, pushed. And in the past couple hours, look like it came back down pretty good. Still leading the day currently. Industrials also outperforming. Financials, communications, tech, and discretionaries barely eking out an outperformance there. Underperformers on the day. Materials, utilities, healthcare, real estate, and staples at the lower end of the day. If we take out the gap and just look at intraday price action, we got communications, tech leading, discretionaries barely underperforming there. And you got industrials, financials, energies underperforming, as well as healthcare, utilities, materials, staples, and real estate. So one of the things that kind of been, we've talked about before, is like areas that are appealing. I guess to me, like really appealing. Like I'm talking about like outperforming the market, kind of appealing, right? And one of those areas has been about energy, not utilities, but uranium. And I just came across, I tried to find ways to get exposure to these areas. And I came across this SPROTT type of fund, I guess. They're kind of like a financial company. They make some ETFs that kind of track different aspects of the market. But one of the things that kind of appealed to me is they have exposure to uranium miners. So if that's something that you're into, or physical uranium. Now, some of these TSX, that's in Canada. So, that's going to be kind of broker dependent. That's the physical uranium. But the one that, if you want to get access or interested in that physical uranium type of trust, then you can go that route. The ticker symbol for that is U.UN, which is not the one I came across. U.U is the one I came across, which is the SPROTT Physical Uranium Trust. I don't know the difference between the stock fund. I think you'd probably want to go with the U.U. Yeah, to me, you'd probably want to go with the U.U. Just my opinion, but. Anyways, just an idea. What's the difference between U.U and U.UN? I don't know. To me, they're probably tracking the same thing. They're probably just set up a little bit different for how you interact with them on the broker side. Probably be my guess. But anyways, that is an idea out there if you want more of the direct exposure to like physical uranium. If you go back to the SPROTT, they have a lot of different ones out there, a lot of precious metals. You got nickel, copper, lithium, Lithium would actually not be a bad one if they had like a lithium trust, kind of like they had this uranium trust, more of a physical track for lithium. I don't quite know if they do. Looking kind of trying to just look through their physical uranium. Yeah, that's that physical uranium trust. So it doesn't really look like it, but if you want to have access to the lithium, the Sprout uranium miners, if you're digging more of the miners area, then you know you can go with. This is an actual U.S. ETF. This is actually trading in U.S. stock exchanges somewhere. The URNM is what the ticker symbol is. Anyways, this has been like an area that I continue to want to find ways to have exposure to anything that provides nuclear powers and that kind of stuff.